Welcome around Supply Box. Today we're going to tie a pattern that I've only fished a couple times. I want to share it with you. It's unnamed. It is a skinny water caddis pattern, for a lack of a better name for it. It's a variation of the elk hair caddis and the CDC elk. Fished it last summer with some success when things were clear and the fish were picky, and looking forward to fishing it again this year. I'm sharing it with everybody. Hopes that you'll try it possibly on your water as well. I have a feeling it'll do fairly well. So let's go over how to tie it. I start off with a size 14 Orvis Tactical dry fly hook and brown 8/0 uni thread, and we're going to start our thread and bring it back to the end of the shank. You don't want to go into the bend. And the first material we're going to tie in is a blue-winged olive or olive turkey bite. I use the olive because that matches a particular caddis that I find in the waters I fish. And we're going to tie that in, and then bring our thread to about 2 eye lengths back. At that point, we're going to give just a little dab of Sally Hansen's on the thread base. That should do it. And then we're going to wind our biot forward. Standard wrap, one in front of the other. I'm going to wrap it forward. It'll give itself a slight taper, just the natural tendencies of the biot. And we're going to bring it up and tie it off. Next material we're going to tie in is a natural CDC puff. Just the small ones in natural, kind of a chocolatey dun. One feather, we're just going to sweep it in. Tie it in right at the thorax point. Give it just a couple wraps, and we're going to pull it in to where it's about a half a gap past the bend of the hook. Get a few more wraps and trim that off. And the only thing you want to make sure you do is keep it on top of the hook, which will look pretty good there. The next material you're going to tie in is a slightly smaller than normal stacked elk hair, and I'm using bleached yearling. It's softer, and you're going to tie the wing in hook length, just a little bit shorter than the CDC. going to give ourselves just a couple tight wraps there. Make sure we're on top. We're going to bring our head back, give a few wraps in front, and then a couple more over the tie-in point. At that point, you're going to take a single eyed peacock herl, and you're going to tie that in on the side of the hook at your main tie-in point. And trim it off. Bring your long hairs back. Make sure you wrap down that butt. Then you're going to wrap your herl over the tie-in point. 2 wraps over the tie-in point. And 2 wraps over the hook shank in front of the head. Make sure you give your one wrap to capture that herl before moving on. And then you're going to give a quick whip finish behind the eye of the hook, keeping everything in place. And we come down and trim our thread. Bring our herl down. Trim that butt end. And then trim our elk hair. Looks like we missed one. It looks like I've got 1 or 2 hairs down here. That wanted to roll on me. Pop them off. What I like to do is bring it all forward. Get my elk hairs separated so I can see exactly what I got. And there it is. What you're shooting for is, I'll try and rotate a little bit here. What you're shooting for is a distinct body, a biot body with profile with the dark head and legs. It did well for me the first time I fished it. This year was a little bit early, but I look forward to trying it again. I'll offer it to y'all to try out as well. Not new properties, not new materials. A little bit different combination. I think will do well on those bluebird days when water's very skinny and the fish are skittish. Look forward to hearing what you think. Good luck. See you in the water.